met you, Gertrude, I wasn't expecting this, but then I did say something and you said you want to talk. And here I am. So I put a shawl around me, even though I'm lying back in my bed. It's, what is it now? 11 o'clock. But, I just wanted to change the subject a little bit. I hear all these stories and I've been telling people, how inspirational it is, because all these women and men who have been talking, they've been through so much and they've come through it. And that's what's inspiring. Look, I've been through what I've been through, and I came through it. Look, my kids, I have twins. They're 48 years old. I was a single mum. I raised them on my own. Their father was a Vietnam vet, and he was compromised because of the war, just like my parents, who were the Auschwitz survivors, and the book that I just did, and the lymphoma I've just got through. But my children, since they were very small, I raised them on my own. And, I'm a strong woman, and we've sort of made it, and they're here with me at home now. I bring this up because tonight, I don't want to talk too loud because my daughter's asleep, but we're going through a very interesting time in the history of our Earth. We're coming up to a very major time, 2112. We've gone through COVID. I think a lot of people will understand that right now, the whole Earth is changing, the vibration's changing, the energy's changing, the gravity, I don't know if you know about the Schumann resonance, which is the energy that hits the Earth from outside, and the vibration that it forms, the gravitational, how it works on us. It used to be around 7, 8, something like that. The Schumann resonance has gone up to about 150. There's major changes happening. There's major conjunctions going on. And on 2112, from Uluru, the ceremony around the world, there's a big healing of the earth. And a lot of people, I can use the word spiritual, aware, environmentalists, people that feel, you're with somebody and you can feel their vibration. You can be with somebody and it's like music that bangs in your ear and you don't like. It's the same way with humans, and they've got their own journey to go through. We're all different, but we're all the same. There's a Chinese saying, the only difference between two people is their story. And it's very true. There's all these stories, but we're all human. I'm listening to Danny before, I've never seen colour. Never, ever have I seen colour in people. I just see people's hearts ever since I was little. And I see what happens and I can understand how it hurts people. But this particular, why I'm bringing it back to this right now, because it's also this new vibration and the COVID and what it's done to us all has also brought up friendships that we've had for many, many years, that all of a sudden they're not there anymore. I've got a few friends that have been around 30, 35 years. We've traveled together, we've done things together, and all of a sudden they've slipped off the radar. And I don't understand why. And I ask, I ring them or I write to them and I say, you okay? Is everything all right for you? And I'm not getting any responses. And I understand that everybody's going through whatever they're going through. I'm not taking it personally. But it's also bringing up other stuff. I bring up family because I want to go there, because this has happened this evening here at my place. Being a single mum, my kids didn't know their father. He was never around from when they were 10 months. He never did anything to support them. He never did anything. He never rang them for a birthday. He never wished them, Merry Christmas. Nothing at all. And I know that there's a lot of hurt in them. And I've tried to be the best mother I can, and they love me unconditionally. I mean, they're still hanging around me. But there's still some pain inside. Now, their father, he married another 2 people. The first one that he married after me, she was younger than his own kids. She was 19, he was 40-something. and they had 3 boys together. All of a sudden, one of these boys has started coming, contacting and trying to make a connection, and they're half brother and sisters, like they're part of it. And my daughter's connected with one of them, and although I've never talked about him, I forgave him. I don't feel anything for him. I talk about him as if he's like the neighbour that lives down the road. There's no more feeling in me at all, nothing at all. But the other night I said to her, because of this conversation with her half brother, that he had said to me, and I wished I hadn't, that if I came home with girls, not to come back. So when I was in hospital for 10 weeks before my twins were born, and he said, if I didn't have a boy, not to bother coming back, not to come home. And I'd never said it. And I thought after 47 years, right, 47 years, that it wasn't a big deal anymore. But by saying that to her, this affected her so deeply. It really upset her. She was so upset that tonight she came in and she'd written him a message, a text message, and it wasn't nice. And I got really upset. I said, why are you bringing these things up? This is what this whole energy and vibration it is doing right now. It's cleaning things out. It's clearing things out. And I got upset with her. She sort of went off to bed where she is now. And I hope, as I said, I hope she can't hear me, because I'm really sad, and I don't, that this can sit inside for such a long time and such explanation. And here I am working with God, working with what my mission is. Why did I come through this stage 4 lymphoma, which a year ago I was down and out and I didn't know if I was going to be around. I've come through it because I have work to do, and I'm holding this energy. And in the next few days, I've got a whole lot, say 12 priestess goddesses who are coming up here from Sydney, all walks of life, but they all walk in that way. And I'm taking them into a very sacred women's cave where they want to do ceremony. That night, that afternoon, I'm doing another ceremony with someone else. I don't do the ceremony. I connect them to our earth. I connect them to country, and I sit there and I hold the energy as an elder. And I'm really happy to be doing this. And then tomorrow, I've got 8 women coming to do a story circle to talk about their story from childhood, because a lot of the trauma that we go through comes from our childhood. And this is what's just been happening now, where something has come up. And by sitting around and talking about story and going deep into our childhood story and where was our parent, we can start the healing. Listening to these stories of women, the orphans, in Africa, it breaks my heart. And this is what we have to be there to listen and to love them, because it's not always the parents that can do that. And it's not their fault, because it's the trauma that they're carrying from their parent and the parent and their grandparent. And if you haven't learned how to be a good parent, you can't be a good parent. And it goes on and on like that. So I guess this is my mission now at this time, and I can keep getting all this energy and then I flop out, is to dig into that story, that they can talk from that place in a safe space and be deeply, deeply heard, because we don't often, we're not listened to. And the Aboriginal people have got a word for this. It's called deep listening. And that's why their stories, their Dreamtime stories, have gone on for thousands of years. And I imagine it's the same in Africa, sitting around telling the story. The children are listening. they understand it. But we've lost that in this culture. And so, as a storyteller, I want to bring that back, because once we know and we can share where our pain is, which a lot of you have been doing, once we open that place inside us, we can start the healing, knowing that there are others around us to hold us and who care. And we can just listen to it. We can't fix anybody. We can only fix ourselves, but we can be there to hold the hand and to love them and to know they're being heard. And I guess that's all I'm going to say tonight, but I think it was important. Thank you, Gertrude, for asking me. I obviously needed to speak about this. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for listening.